Welcome to Phyllis Levitt's Divine Meditations from the Road Home series, shining a light on the divine meaning and purpose of all human struggle to help you find your soul's place, purpose, and path in your own life and in the challenging world we live in. These meditations come directly from messages received by Phyllis Levitt from Divine Source starting in 1994.
A divine meditation on the question, do we have free will? Part 2. Earlier I had asked, if there is a divine plan, is it not already known how it will turn out for the human race? Do we actually have a choice in whether we survive or not, or is it foretold? And the divine answered, in reality, and you have to be in reality to see this, there is no what you call free will. But you see, all you are talking about here is will as it is experienced by ego, which is very different from will as it is experienced by soul. Ego, by its very nature, has the experience of personal will, individual will, and it experiences that as free or not, depending on a vast variety of circumstances, beliefs, and conditions. Ego fights for its own free will, and in the process often seeks to limit the free will of others. But the whole question of free will, even on an ego level, is part of ego's illusion or sleep of forgetting, because ego lawfully operates on certain principles, and ego alone cannot free itself from operating on those principles. Just exactly as water will always flow downhill if it is not obstructed or forced uphill by external conditions, in ego consciousness you will always operate according to certain laws. You cannot free yourself from those laws while you are still in ego consciousness. For example, you cannot free yourself from the law of duality, one of the most powerful laws governing ego. While in ego, you will continuously judge yourself, others, your experiences and conditions as either good or bad, right or wrong, better or worse, more or less needed, wanted, correct or incorrect. In ego consciousness, you will always seek what you consider to be the more desirable half of any given duality. It may appear that you have what you call free will, but your will in ego is no more free in reality than water is free to flow downhill. It has to flow downhill. Left to its own devices, that's all it can do on the earth as you know it. Operating on the basis of duality is all ego can do in the life you humans have chosen to incarnate into. You see? But in soul, the whole question of free will disappears entirely. When consciousness merges with soul, it merges with the will of God, and there is no separation from the will of God, no separation from divine love, divine wisdom, divine power, or the divine plan. There is no desire, need, or want, and there is no awareness of a desire, need, or want to separate from divine intention, power, wisdom, and love. Merging with divine will is what soul evolution for humans is all about. When we speak of merging with the will of God, we are of course not talking about following any kind of dogma. We are not talking about anything external at all. We are talking about an inner state of being attained only by the transformation of one's ego, or the awakening out of ego and into soul or God or oneness.
These divine meditations provide a deeper understanding of our soul's journey on earth and the parts we all came to play in the evolution of human consciousness. Source reveals that we are blessed with the sacred opportunity to transform pain, isolation, destruction, and uncertainty, and has shared the tools we need in order to survive and thrive as a race of beings and as a planet, as we walk the long road home. Please visit phyllislevitt.com to learn more about the Road Home series.